Hey, today I'd like to talk to you about maintenance logbooks. It's important to record periodic maintenance, but it becomes especially important when you start to modify your vehicles. Now, say you've got a 79 Mustang with a 75 351 Windsor in it that you've dropped in it as a engine change, as an engine swap. So what do you do when you go to the parts store? What parts do you ask for? What interface type parts like hoses, belts and hoses do you ask for? So it's helpful to write that stuff down in a maintenance logbook. Now this is the logbook for my 13 Mustang GT Premium. In the front of the books, I usually get a nice leather-bound book because it's going to last the lifetime of the car. So though I try to protect it, sometimes it gets damp. You can put it in a Ziploc bag or whatever, but usually it just stays in the glove compartment of my cars or in the armrest. So in the front of the book, I record vehicle information I know about it, the VIN, and I keep my vehicle registration and proof of insurance usually in the front of my books. So information about how I purchased the car. This one doesn't have a lot of modifications to it, but I bought this car new, so I have a complete history of this car. I installed the Flowmaster mufflers at 1,650 miles. Tire rotations, oil changes, mainly. I like to get the sticker off the tire, so I have tire information. It's not absolutely necessary, and sometimes you can't get it. Sometimes your tire guy, they just peel them off and throw them away and tear them. But you can see that I've put several tires on this car, several sets of tires. I had to do an AC clutch, front brake pads at 83,000 miles. Now this car is definitely not a fair weather car, but it's not a winter car. Airbag recall information, and when I had taken it to the Ford dealer for the recall. And then the last thing, I just did a pinion seal, and I'm planning on doing a video for the pinion seal replacement on this car. But that's really the only troubled maintenance besides the brakes that I had to do on this car. So anyway, that keeps track of most of the periodic maintenance. But if you want to keep track of things modifications that you've made, and one thing I like to do, this is the 98 Cobra. I have information in it. I've got something I found on the internet a while ago about car information. So my car is one of 1,236 cars. So my car's red, black interior, and then it's not a convertible. It has leather. So it's just a little bit of noteworthy information, and then all the maintenance and the modifications I've done to the car. And when when I've added the Eibach springs, the lowering springs, and then the Maximum Motorsport caster camber plates, the recommended caster camber settings, and what I had the alignment shop dial in for alignment on it. Record that in here so I know the next time of what I had it set up at. And then you have the information, so when you are at the alignment shop, you can let them know. Let's see. So here again, here's the spark plugs I installed at 68,000 miles. Tire rotation information, how I rotated them. Some MSD box information that has an MSD box, then with the tack adapters on it, and all that information in case I need it when I'm away from the house. So I have all that information handy with me. If something should occur, then I need it. So plate off the rear end, made a etching of that. Keep all that information in here. It comes in handy sometimes. You know, it's nice to be able to look up, and then you forget, you know, when is the last time I changed the tires on that car? How many miles are on that set of tires? You know, give you an example here. Let's see. There's probably one more thing. Here's some more alignment information that I have on the car. Anyway, I try to write down everything that pertains to the car, you know, and the information goes on this side with a date and odometer mileage, and then what I did, and then part numbers, and sometimes, you know, if it has a lifetime warranty, where I got it from, and as much information as you can record so that you know it the next time. And you know, it's a big book, and sometimes it's not just about you remembering, you know, what you did on the car. It's also, you know, if I ever sell the car, this can go with the car, and it'll improve the value of the car, so the next guy can know what I did. Not that I've ever sold a Mustang, but you know, I have sold a car before, and when the logbook goes with them, it does enhance the value of the car. At least I believe it would. So another thing the maintenance logbook may do for you is, when I had an accident a few years ago with one of my Mustangs, the insurance adjuster wanted to total out the car, but I showed him the maintenance logbook and all the work that I had done to the car. And he told me that if I could tell him a value of all the work that I'd done in the last year, that he would add that to the value of the car. So it really doubled the value of the car. So he didn't total it out, of course. I didn't want him to total it out. I wanted to keep the car. So that was a big benefit to having the maintenance logbook. Okay, well, you know, that's the maintenance logbook. I hope you find this helpful, and please subscribe.